doing this broadcast as a kind of tag on to yesterday's broadcast with Autumn and Jealous. Make sure you go check it out. I did a broadcast with Autumn on mosquitoes. She is a mosquito control professional, mosquito scientist, and partly in hi everyone, partly out of excitement for that, and also partly because I just hadn't cleaned up the tub of water that I have outside because I was saving it for this event with Autumn yesterday. Hi, good evening, Scott and Blue and David. Yeah. So I still have those mosquitoes from yesterday in a container, and today I dumped out the container of water where they were born, where there are even more mosquitoes out, because I don't want to be responsible for breeding mosquitoes and in the neighborhood. Got to do my part to eliminate them, since many of them benefit from all the containers, the man-made containers that people leave in the yard. Hi, Miko. How are you? So I brought in this container, and hopefully they're still hungry. I was like, I have to do this broadcast fast, because as soon as I put this piece of leaf in here, they started munching away. So I have my macro lens here for my phone, and I'm going to attach it to my phone and then flip the camera, and we'll be able to, hopefully if they keep on eating, watch some of these little baby mosquitoes as they eat away. It's pretty cute. Yes, that's right, Blue. It is not a glass of wine. And definitely don't want to mistake it and start to drink from it. You were just having a late dinner. Well, cheers. We're having a dinner party. So here we are. Okay, so without further ado, they are very sensitive to disturbance. Let me lower this so you guys can see it as I talk. I can. Oh, sorry for the shakiness as I adjust. Okay, so here they are, little baby mosquitoes. So mosquitoes are aquatic as larvae, and what's pretty wild too is that the pupa are like very similar in form to the larva, and they also wriggle around in the water and move a bunch. So how long do they live in water? I don't know. I didn't ask that. I didn't ask Autumn that yesterday about the length of their life cycle. That's the thing about having only 1 hour about with our guests, is there's so many questions to ask, and maybe we'll have to have her back on, or maybe she can comment on the Twitter post that's created by this broadcast to give us that information. Hi, Blinky. How are you? David says, many people have a glass of wine for dinner. You have a glass of mosquitoes. Cheers. Okay, let's see. Okay, they're starting to eat again. So before I accidentally go to touch the container again and disturb them, I'm going to get my macro lens on my phone so we can take a look. Okay. All right. Okay. Putting this on the other side of the phone. And here we go. So here they are. I don't know why I'm whispering, but here they are, little baby mosquitoes. See if I can get the focus. This one's right here by the front of the camera. You can see it really well. Let me see if I can move the light around for a better, so it's facing the same direction as us. And so it's a little tricky with the curve of the container. Sorry for the shaking, but there we go. There we go. Let me zoom in a little bit too. So there's one of the little guys right there. They have all these little hairs or bristles by their mouth that they use to sort of scrape in all sorts of little bits of algae and other organic materials and organisms into their mouth. All right, I am going to move it a little bit, hopefully without disturbing them too much. Here, we'll do a view with that. You can see the ones back in the back there. They're really enjoying this leaf. Yesterday when I had them on, they didn't have any food on the broadcast. And then today I gave them this leaf and they're really enjoying it, really chowing down. These are little baby mosquitoes, little wrigglers. Perfect Shots says, why would you even raise mosquitoes? Don't they carry diseases? Yes, some mosquitoes can carry disease. The thing is, when they are larvae, they don't have any diseases yet. Diseases, they're vectors of the disease. They're not poisonous, they're not venomous, but when they are adults, they might bite something that has the disease and transfer it to another organism. And I'm not exactly planning on raising all of these to adulthood, but I might raise one of them because it might be nice to catch the metamorphosis of them from larva to adult. So down there we have two of the pupa that are just hanging out. You can see, are they called the trumpets? Is that what Autumn said yesterday, I think? So let me try to adjust this a little bit more. I think if I have the light maybe shining straight down, it'll work a little better for us. Oops. Here. It's a little hard to do with one hand, but I'm gonna see what I can do. Here we go. And then, yeah, so you can see how they like to hang out at the top of the cup. Let me see if I can get the focus back. There we go. Oops, one sec. Hi, I'm just gonna adjust the light so it's shining straight down. I think that will be the easiest way for us to see them. So what's gonna happen to them if you don't decide to get them to adulthood? They will die. I'll probably haven't decided yet. I might just dump them out on the sidewalk, or I might keep some of them as specimens for the museum where I work as well. So I haven't decided the fate. Actually, I keep them as specimens. Autumn was saying that the thing to do is you boil them first or put them in hot water because then they'll retain their shape. Right, hopefully this is gonna work well. Oh, nice and bright. Okay. Yeah, make sure you follow Perfect Shots for more insect content. I'm also a photographer. I'm guessing you might be a photographer or something like that with a name like that. How do they breathe? So Autumn taught us yesterday that they breathe air, but then they also have like an interesting sort of gill apparatus at the end of their body. So let's go take another look now that I've changed the lighting. Okay. Oh, the lighting's so much better now, isn't it? There they are, feeding Fiasco. So the way they breathe air really allows them to tolerate all sorts of different water conditions. Snorkeling. Yep. Will they scream? Thank goodness no. If they scream, then I would feel really bad. I feel bad probably killing them even as they are because they're pretty cute, aren't they? Pretty cute. It's not their fault they transmit diseases. And they get that blood meal, that blood from us for the eggs. As Autumn was saying yesterday, the males don't even take blood. They eat nectar. And some even pollinate. There's many different species, several thousand species of mosquitoes in the world. And some mosquitoes eat other mosquitoes. That's another thing that Autumn was telling us. Let's see if we can zoom in on this one. Oh, it's a little too far away for the lens, but this one's nice and close. Oops. Oh, here, this is a nice and close view. Just hopefully there's not too much warping from the glass since it's a round glass. Oh yeah, since it's near the bottom, it's a little harder to get it in focus. Now here's one nice and close. Yay, this is a great view. Thanks, little mosquito, for being so close. And therefore easy to focus on. See, they're like little, they have these really hard head capsules with a very fuzzy front, like a little brush, little vacuum cleaners in a way. Pretty cute to watch them. Their tails in the air. You can see their eyes on that one. You can see the eye pretty well. Just doing their thing, eating away, cycling nutrients into their body. Wow, it's golden. That little mouth part, those little bristles they have are rather golden. Yeah, Autumn was saying that there's a species that pollinates an orchid, and it's the only thing that can pollinate the orchid. So not the ones that bother us, different species, but yeah. Whoops. Thanks, Charles, for the love award. Thanks, Alana. I think there is an incredible view award if you want to use it. Yeah, they're really cute if you get to know them, aren't they? Oh, look, it just like licked its tail. That one did even. So here's one right in the front here. Let's zoom in a bit. Looks like it's just filter feeding right there at the top even. So they're, hi Charles, how are you doing today? It's really golden, it's rather pretty, that mouth part. That scraping mouth part. So yeah, here you can safely get to know little baby mosquitoes from the other side of the screen. Oh, look, that one's cleaning its tail too, the way it bent back. I wonder what kind of triggers them to go do that, to go like lick their tail or whatever they were doing. I'm good. I'm doing well. I'm very fascinated by these. It kind of reminds me of did anybody here have what are they called? Shrimp, brine shrimp or sea monkeys? Having them in this cup here kind of reminds me of back in the day when I had sea monkeys. There they go, wrigglers, what they're known for. So yeah, guys, here's this one breathing air, hanging out at the top. You can see its little eye on its head. You can look from above too. There they are. So this is the bird's eye view of them. Oops, focus. My camera is not really cooperating with the focus, which is too bad. All right, that's too bad. I'll go back to this view. But yeah, I don't know how many are in this cup, but a bunch. But there they are. Good fish food. Let's go find one of the the pupae. So there's one of the pupa, although it's a little low. Like I said, the lower in the glass, the more warped, so it makes it harder for us to see it. But maybe maybe one of them are higher up or will move higher up. Not sure. Oh, there's one on the other side. So yeah, this is the view of the little mosquitoes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14. One thing that Autumn was saying too is that when they sense a change in the light, that's one of the things that triggers them to go down. So let's test that out. I'll put my hand above them and see if they respond. There they go. Also, I touched it, so maybe I cheated because I touched it too. Next time I'll just cover the light. But they don't seem too bothered if they're going right down to eating. If I had pet fish, that's probably what I would do with them when I was done observing them, since I'm not planning on starting a colony or anything like that. There you go. So make sure you guys check your property to make sure you're not growing mosquitoes accidentally. Thanks for the great reporting award, Georgia. Yep, breaking news. Baby mosquitoes enjoying a new leaf that was placed in the cup. All right. You can see the reflection of my phone. All right, let's do one more zoom in with my macro lens, and then we can call it an evening. Let's get one nice and close. There we go. Oh, look, it's cleaning its tail. Making sure it looks good on camera for all the Haps or YouTube or Twitch or Facebook viewers to see, or Twitter. Whoops. Let's see if I can focus on it again. There it is. Look at those little antennae sticking out too. The antennae. I wonder if their legs are completely gone or if they're like modified as little nubs. I definitely don't see any legs on them. Oh, there's one of the pupa. You can see it looks more and more like a mosquito. Well, you can see where the legs are tucked in as it's curled around like that. So yeah, bon appetit. Bon appetit, little mosquitoes. This one will soon be an adult. I would love to get a photo of one of them. It's a little tricky aquatic photography, but I'm going to try to photograph these. Oops. All right, those are a little too far from my macro lens, so I'll just take the macro lens off. Oh, whoops. Yeah. Well, scrape, scrape, scrape. Tasting all the organic material in the cup. They are rather mesmerizing. Chiller's asking, what do you do with the adults? So I'm not planning on keeping them. So I might photograph them because I love doing macro photography. But I'm probably going to maybe boil them when I'm done as a simple way, and maybe put them into the museum where I work, the Academy of Natural Sciences, where I work in the entomology collection. So there you go. We have side by side a larva and then two pupa that I wonder how soon they're gonna, I wonder how soon that pupa is going to emerge, or close is the entomology name. There's some really amazing photographs that already exist in the interwebs of a mosquito emerging from its pupa. Recommend you look it up. You can see those golden hairs, those golden mouth bristles combing the water, filtering it to get the food that's floating about. Very exciting time for these little mosquitoes. So anyone who wasn't here earlier, I was saying that I gave them this leaf I've had them in this cup for like about a day now, but I only just gave them this leaf. Oh, sorry, the focus. I only just gave them this leaf like 20 minutes ago. Well, maybe 30 minutes ago, since it's been 20 minutes since I started the broadcast. So those are the pupa that are floating up in the background that look a little more curled. And the regulars wriggling around, doing what they do. Here, I'll try to cover the light and see what happens, like I said before. Oh, I can't cover the light very well. But if I touch the glass, they definitely respond. Maybe if I stick my finger in, will they respond? Definitely. Intruder! Alright. Well, I'm going to sign off, but I hope you enjoyed dinner time with the baby mosquitoes. So cheers, everyone. Make sure you dump and drain any containers of that are left around your yard to eliminate, to minimize the presence of mosquitoes so they don't bite you. Okay. They may think you are God. They would definitely, by tinkering with the system. Yeah, cheers, everyone. Bye, Blinky. Bye, Chiller. Bye, Georgia and Zach. And thanks for joining this evening. And I hope you guys all have delicious dinners yourselves. All right. Bye from me and the mosquitoes.